Dallas Sports. I think Brandon was just walking out of here and talking to us about how calling 00, obviously his number, and I kind of jumped on him after the game there. For him to have that type of moment, how was that so big for him, and why did you feel the need to support him in that way?
I mean, really, since he's gotten here, or first day he was here, I think we all just accepted him, brought him in, understood that there's going to be times where we're going to call his number throughout the year, and the times that we've done that, he's stepped up. And tonight was no different than that. But again, 8 for 11 and 3 for 4 from the 3-point line, 21 points. That was, we needed every single one of those buckets tonight. So he was huge for us. He actually is funny. He asked me, he's like, can I change my number to 00? I said, listen, let's do it. Let's have 0 and 00. Let's go for it. So I'm happy for him. Bench was great tonight, but he was really, the person in the whole lineup that stepped up and was big for us. And, you got to give credit to him. He was awesome tonight.
Coach said that this team is just built to win ugly. He's been around the league a minute. What does he mean by that? And to have this type of win after last night, how important is it?
Yeah, I mean, it was ugly. But he was saying the whole game. He said before the game that it might be that way. At halftime, he was still saying, coach is still saying it was ugly. So for us to win like that, especially on a back-to-back after losing a very tough one, an uncharacteristic one last night in Detroit, definitely speaks volumes, especially when, DG didn't play and, other guys had to step up and play huge for us.
And what was the trigger for you in that second half to get going like you did, with that energy and knocking down shots?
Yeah, no, I think having, like I said, having DG out, he just creates so much space for so many guys, and he's such a luxury for somebody like me who likes to pick and pop or, just take advantage of little short rolls or little pockets within the paint. But in the second half, I just had to get back to being myself. I missed some easy ones in that first half. Wasn't looking to shoot the ball in rhythm like I typically had or have been. But the second half was a lot better, and primarily that fourth quarter for me, just finally, was stepping into shots with more confidence and knocking them down.
Thank you.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com.
Hey.
What did you make of Point Jetty tonight?
He told me before the game he was going to have 10 plus assists, and he had 12. So it was, he still gets, down on himself for not shooting the ball well. But again, I told him, I said, at your size and what you're able to do and the spirit you play with, you are able to affect the game in so many ways. And tonight he did that. And had 12 assists. I mean, career high. It was a beautiful thing to see. I mean, he didn't know until today that he was going to have to step up and play point guard for us, and to play that point forward role after coming off the bench for so many games. That was big. But again, just consummate pros on the team stepping up, and Jetty was played 38 minutes and was big for us in that respect.
And I know you celebrate the success of all your teammates. You guys as a group do. But is there something more special about somebody like Brandon and the journey that he's been through, and it being so unconventional, and to see him have this kind of moment?
For sure. And I think it makes it that much more special on this team in particular. Just because right away, I mean, every time that somebody new comes in, or somebody, comes into our locker room, we make it a point to, just put our arms around them, bring them in, whether it be Doe, or whether it be, Goody, who, really didn't know what to expect coming in. But again, what JB does, being a great communicator, is he says, basically he talks about everybody in the group, what we do here, how we operate. And then it's, just on all of us to bring that person in and bring them up to speed. And we do that. So I don't think, we just get familiar really fast. And that's a beautiful thing in this league. And, being able to share the wealth, get past the fear and have freedom, that allows guys to just go out there and play free and be themselves. And I think you saw that tonight from Goody.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Bassett, Cleveland.com, had a couple of rebounding questions. And it was JB, when he was in here, was talking about that you guys need more involvement from the guards in a lot of these games where you are getting out rebounded. Darius has brought that up too the last couple of weeks. I guess, like, is it just as simple as guys, making that concerted effort and going to get the ball to change the tide?
For sure. And I think it's tough having Lowry out. Just having another, 7-footer playing the three. But again, like you said, like I didn't realize we got out rebounded 51-37. That's a pretty drastic number there, 14. So yeah, I do think it's, but so much of the time, whether it be Evan or Jay is going to block the shot, and it's that, next guy crashing in, and sometimes from the low man's that smaller player, we just need to bury that guy under the hoop and let somebody else clean up the rebound. But I think we're a very detail oriented team, but that's something that we need to put an onus on moving forward, because against the really good teams, giving them second chance points and giving them points in the paint is something that we can't have if we want to win and win big.
And then obviously it was a huge play when Lamar went up and got that rebound with
Yeah.
less than a second to go. I guess just like, what did you think of it in real time as it happened and he's going up against a 7-footer and coming down with that?
Yeah, I mean, Lamar is one of those people that we want to put in at the end of the game because of that reason. He's physical. He can switch out 1 through 5, and when it comes time to get above the rim or play on the glass, he can go up there and snatch it out the sky. So we have a few guys that can do that. Lamar was the one that made a huge play for us tonight.
Kelsey was the Athletic. I have another question from Brandon. He wouldn't play with the Charge over the weekend. He wanted to get some more minutes and just play. So what does that just say kind of about who he is as a guy, like going to wanting to go play some more?
He's just a ball player. Yeah. No, he you see it every day after shoot around, every day after practice. He's getting to work in with Doe and loves the game, chases it, and good things happen to people that do that. So no good. He likes to roll the ball out and just play.
And then was there any sort of message for you guys, like going into the fourth quarter, just kind of like as this game went on, it wasn't a pretty game and just coming after last night, was there any like specific message just like heading to the fourth?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just takes one quarter. It's not always going to be pretty. I've had to learn that over the course of my career. There've been times where I get upset, having 3 tough quarters, maybe a tough half, and hang my head. But thankfully, in the last several years, that has been something I've been able to learn from. I know in the first half of my career, it was tough for me to accept those type of games. But again, if we can, as we talked about earlier, win ugly as a team, it's going to make those games where we really put it all together, make it feel that much better. And I think we still need to get back into our rhythm. Guys are a little banged up. It's that time of the year. But just, head into the break, we want to have a really good feeling to, for the last, 25, 30 games, whatever we have left.
And then I know we talk about Isaac's defense a lot all the time, but how big were those corner threes that he hit, and just kind of the growth you've seen there and in him, the confidence to take those shots?
Yeah, he was another guy after the game I went to and said, we don't win without you. He was huge. That corner three, had the free throws, he had some defensive possessions where he was great, deflections. I mean, he and he was really trending in a great way before everybody went out with COVID, but now he in the past few weeks has seemed to get back to himself, and it's just continuing to work, and the work is paying off.
Last 2, Marlon and Christoph.
Marlon right now, academic in general. Just when you look over there in the corner and you see Darius and Colin as the cheerleaders, but does that almost emphasize like how to win like this when you just look over there in the corner? And see
Yeah.
those guys?
There's a lot of points over there we're missing. A lot of points, a lot of assists. So it's if we can win with those guys out, as well as not be fully 100% on a second night of a back-to-back. It doesn't matter who you play in this league. Teams can get hot. Teams can play extremely well. Teams can muck up the game. But yeah, I think there's going to be a stretch here. There might be some guys out. Who knows? But we appreciate not only their support, but what we're able to do with different guys stepping up and playing big roles for us. Even if they haven't played in several games or aren't seeing many minutes, just continuing to be pros and just coming in and playing great basketball with us.
Last one, Christoph.
Hello, Kevin Chrysostaltis, SDNA Greece. Congratulations on the win. Kevin, that win with the way that you won tonight and the close the game out, what it speaks and how useful is this win for a group of guys like you?
I just think it's nice to get back to our winning ways, especially here at home. I think they're a team. We had a really tough loss against them in New Orleans, an emotional loss after losing one of our players for the season. So we felt like it was very important for us to bounce back after losing. I'll say, I said uncharacteristic one, but a very, very tough one for us last night. We felt that we very well could have and maybe should have won. So for us to bounce back and go into the road trip having 1-1 at home, it feels good.
And for you personally, how refreshing is this to have those teammates like Darius, like Lowry, like Lamar? How could you describe your season so far?
We have 31 wins, so we just want to continue to trend in that direction. We have guys that are helping us put it all together. And again, if we can win one, win games like tonight where it's not too pretty, and put together a string of games here to close out until the break, then we're going to be in good shape.